And the anti-science crowd is at it again. The state of Oregon forcing athletes playing outdoors to wear masks. We're going to tell you what happened to one runner. Plus, wait until you hear what the CDC moms and dads are doing for summer camp guidance for kids over 2 years old. They need. But of course, undeterred, Michigan Governor Witless Whitmer is now forcing toddlers to mask up. People, this is insane. Starting today, the state mask mandate will apply to kids 2 to 4 years of age. Not to be outdone, though, the CDC has issued new guidelines for children at summer camp. Their message? All people in camp facilities should wear masks at all times. Sports and athletic activities should be done outdoors wearing a mask. Except if you're swimming or eating, apparently. Here now, Dr. Harvey Risch, Yale School of Public Health, epidemiology professor, Dr. Knut Witkowski, former head of biostatistics and epidemiology at Rockefeller U. Dr. Witkowski, why this continued aversion to the science on masking, especially outdoors, and now with children as young as 2?
It doesn't make any sense.
Why are they doing it?
I don't know. You have to ask them. There is no evidence that children are infecting adults, and children themselves have very mild phenotypes, if anything. And they actually need not only educational and social, but also immunological challenges to just develop into full functioning adults.
And Dr. Risch, when I saw that story, I was surprised we haven't had more athletes just passing out. Like when I see young girls in Maryland and Virginia playing lacrosse, and they're running at full speed and they have these heavy black masks on. I mean, I played 3 sports in high school. I don't think I could have done it. Honestly, I don't think I could have, or maybe would have. I don't know.
Really? I mean, I think the whole point of sports is to push your physical abilities to the limit. And if you're cutting your oxygen, you can't push to the limit, and it just cuts the ability to perform.
So when you have individuals, Dr. Witkowski, who are demanding that these little children on planes, in camps, in nursery schools, wearing masks, what about the psychological issue that could be developing with children as well? I see little kids becoming hypochondriacs, afraid, and not able to see social cues.
Well, I'm not a psychologist or sociologist, but as an epidemiologist, I can only say it does not make any sense to have children wearing masks. In fact, it doesn't make much sense for people other than those who are vulnerable to wear masks.
Dr. Fauci is once again trying to rewrite the history on masks.
I don't know how we get to herd immunity unless we normalize the framework around vaccine certification. The carrot and stick of you get the vaccine, you'll be able to participate in travel, restaurants, you name it, because that's frankly easier for small businesses to adhere to. They need to be able to transition to a paradigm where they're just checking people's verification status at the window so they can get 100% capacity in their indoor dining, or you name it.
The one thing for sure is the thing that's on a lot of people's minds is what about outdoors? It's common sense to know that the risk when you are outdoors, which we have been saying all along, is extremely low. And if you are vaccinated, it's even lower. So you're going to be hearing about those kinds of recommendations soon.
Okay, Dr. Risch, we played the vaccine certificate first from Vin Gupta, but this is the ongoing lie, isn't it? I mean, it's like the rules keep changing, the goalposts keep moving, but the public is supposed to just nod and go along and say, yes, we're waiting for our next order. None of this is making any sense.
I think that when you have a policy that doesn't work well, you dig in. I think that's all they're doing, is they're just digging in because they can't admit that they need to switch the policy to something that has more evidence for it.
Dr. Witkowski, when we saw the mandates being dropped in states like Texas, obviously in Florida as well, or you had big Super Bowl parties, again, as an epidemiologist, we didn't see the spread that was predicted. There was fear-mongering on the super spreader events. Never saw it. Nothing.
There was no evidence for spread caused by people not wearing masks.
So, but
these
there's never
events.
any follow-up by the, again, these are the trusted experts who've been branded in the public's eye as the be-all and end-all authority on this. And you two are two of the most prominent, epidemiologists that certainly that I know in the whole country. So why are we not applying basic immunology and science to what we see in the statistics, Dr. Risch?
Well, as I've said many times, you have to follow the motivations. If the motivations are to sell vaccines, then you make policies that maintain fear and motivation for people to demand the vaccines, even if they're not necessary for everyone, even if they're counterproductive to some.
Even if there's early intervention medicines that people can take as well, like ivermectin and others. Gentlemen, thank you very much tonight. A big announcement about Thursday's show and the future of the country. Stay there.